From other side, the countries in the new Eastern Europe must really demonstrate their will, because as I started, the most important is will. And this will doesn't mean to go to the seminars, to the conferences and to the official meetings and say, hi guys, I want to be in Europe. This means a hell of out of work. And sometimes really thinking what is said, what is not said, what is more clever to make you understand in this little bit sometimes interesting world of Europe. And in this context, returning to the Georgia, because I have talked for too long, and I think the questions and answers is more interesting part of this meeting. But I can only say that from this perspective, looking at the latest events in Georgia has been enormously encouraging and positive. I think the results, not political only results, which are from my personal point of view positive too, but overall results of the last local election were very important step forward. So I can only congratulate all of you who have helped it done. I think this two things, that first of all, really to demonstrate that there is a clear stability in Georgia, was a very good answer to all these myths what the Russian paid propaganda is developed in the world. But even most important, I think, the understanding that you have now the opposition also in Georgia. One of the lack why the world doesn't understand Georgia for some time, because there was really not normal opposition. There were people who were running on the streets berserk, and this was not a normal opposition. The decision of the defeated opposition leaders to decide that these were fair elections and they were just defeated was a very important and positive step forward. And I think a lot of myths which were distributed around the Georgia were hit in the same day through these elections. And of course, why the opposition leaders said this? Because it was really organized well. So I think that Georgia has made a very good job and very good steps forward. And I think there is now very good perspective to move on, really in the same way how we are moved, doing your job and really doing these things which are necessary, and at the same time to be sure and in your will what you want, where you go. And I think the understanding of existence of this new Eastern Europe will develop in Europe. I can say there are many people who are working to this direction, making it clear. Politically, among the political parties, I must say it's becoming more and more clear. And when it reaches to the capitals, exactly of the national capitals, we will see, but in many capitals that's there so now. Of course, Georgia have had a very difficult times. There is a lot of disappointment. There are very bad open problems, but looking on this year, we can say this has been a very positive year, and I really hope and I really believe that it goes forward in the same way, and we can really create an example how the countries can be successful, what the Georgia deserves through his will, to his people, through his desires and wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. I think we should remember these words about the wish and the will and desire of the people. If you look at the recent opinion polls in Georgia, if there were a referendum for membership, 79% of Georgians will vote yes.
It will change.
It will change. The closer the perspective will become. We know that from experience of the Eastern Europe, but still I think that, and we hope that even having this Europe House in the downtown Tbilisi means something. And of course we understand the importance of our work by giving the prominence of some of the ideas. But now I will open the floor. We have one microphone, and if you would have any questions, please address them to the Prime Minister.
and supporting Georgian people. I'm a student at GIPA, in international politics, and I'm interested in Georgian people, as you said, 79% of these people are willing to integrate in European Union. So my question is, one of the ways to do this is to implement the Nabucco project. And Bulgaria started talking about this project. What do you think about this project, and is it possible to do and implement this project in the near future?
That's without no doubt. I absolutely support this project, and I think this project is massively necessary, and with time it becomes more and more necessary. And I really hope that there will be a little bit more understanding in Europe also how necessary this project is, because in the words it's one of the flagship of Europe, but in reality I must say it's not so much, thanks to the many reasons. Why it's becoming more necessary? Of course, to opening this east-west direct energy line is, whomsoever looks it looks very reasonable thing to do. But why it becomes even more necessary is thanks to the Russia. When we're looking on the Russian energy policy, soon for some time we can say most mild word on the perspectives how much gas and energy the Russia can give, we can say not enough is the most mildest word. Because the Russia is investing on every interesting thing, but not onto the new oil fields. And without these investments and without the participation of the Western knowledge in this work, it will not go. The Russian own analysis on their energy productions are, again, putting it mildly, pessimistic, or they are, we can say, very devastating. When we just sometimes heard one of the best experts of the Russian energy politics, Boris Nemtsov, whose books on this topic were just confiscated in Russia. In one conference where I had to participate, he made a joke on us Europeans who were worried on this Gazprom pipeline's environmental impacts. And he said that why you are worried on this environmental impacts, I can guarantee you this will be environmentally most clean and most safe tube, which cost $15 billion as in the bottom of the sea, and where nobody is putting the gas, because there will be no gas available for this tube. And that's the reason what Russia is now doing. He's just getting cheap Central Asian gas and pumping it through the monopoly Gazprom to the Europe. So now, which means it will not take too much time when these countries understand that it's significantly better not to use the Gazprom monopoly system to do this. Which means in one moment Europe will desperately need Nabucco project, because otherwise there will be serious problems in energy for the Europe also. And the same probably is true on the other project, which is the strict competitor of Nabucco. This is the South Stream, which then tries to go directly to Europe and to this to kill the Nabucco line. But the problem for this South Stream is are exactly the same. And of course there will be question to which tube the Russia will put or Gazprom the gas, and which will be left out, that we will see. But so now we can say the capabilities of tubes are significantly bigger as Gazprom can deliver. And in this context, as I said, it will be quite crucial for Europe to do this. The problem is that it's not yet largely understood. And as Europe is not having, even at all times that declared is necessary, the common energy policy or the common foreign policy, then Russia can play on the